like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing, like night into morning. I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is.
Wires hold you back. They tie you down, restrict your movements, and ultimately stop you reaching your full potential. Which is why it's time to break free from the confines of the cable and fully embrace lasting wireless gaming with Logitech G. The G603 wireless gaming mouse and the G613 wireless mechanical gaming keyboard both deliver the kind of performance and efficiency you need to compete and win at the highest levels of gaming. The G603 wireless gaming mouse can run with 1 or 2 AA batteries to suit your weight and balance tastes, and can provide up to a staggering 500 hours of non-stop play.
Expect nothing less.
This is largely down to the incredible new high-efficiency rated optical sensor, or HERO for short.
Heroes never die.
As well as enjoying 10 times the power efficiency of the last generation of sensors, it boasts exceptional accuracy and responsiveness, with up to 12,000 dpi. You can manually adjust sensitivity in the Logitech gaming software, assigning up to 5 preset levels which can be switched on the fly by tapping this button. Whilst we're on the subject of buttons, the G603 has 6 which are fully programmable, either assigned to game profiles on your main PC or stored in onboard memory for when you're on the go. But all this is nothing without latency-free performance, and thanks to Logitech G's new highly optimized light speed technology and a 1 millisecond report rate, the G603 is photon fast, with no risk of interference from other Wi-Fi or Bluetooth sources, even in crowded LAN and tournament settings. Lightspeed is in fact so advanced that the G603 is faster than most wired gaming mice.
An excellent kill.
When you're not competing, you can also switch from peak gaming mode to the low productivity setting, pushing the report rate to 8 milliseconds and further optimizing battery life.
MVP.
The G603 also has the added benefit of allowing you to connect to devices via Bluetooth. To complete your optimized wireless setup though, you need to look beyond the mouse. The G613 wireless mechanical gaming keyboard is the first of its kind. Also leveraging Logitech G's incredible new 1 millisecond report rate lightspeed technology or Bluetooth connectivity, this keyboard houses the esports grade Roma G mechanical key switches. With an actuation distance of just 1.5 millimeters, these are up to 25% faster than the competition.
This calls for a celebration.
Combine this with an actuation force of just 45 grams, and you have a low fatigue, high performance keyboard designed to help you win. In addition to delivering faster keystroke response rates than most wired gaming keyboards on the market, the G613 also boasts incredible power performance with up to 18 months of gaming on just 2 AA batteries. To find out more about the G613 and the G603, just visit logitechg.com.
We use audio as a huge part of enjoying life in many different ways, not just PC gaming. So when we were designing our new gaming headset, we wanted to think about it from a completely different angle. We looked at the materials, the way that people use their headsets, and we wanted to provide a product that satisfies all the different use cases that gamers have. The G433 satisfies all the requirements of the PC gamer, but also is an incredibly comfortable and lightweight product to take with you anywhere you go. The outside is fabric with a hydrophobic coating, making it stain resistant, but also incredibly comfortable. On the inside, we use a sports mesh material that is breathable and very comfortable as well. The ear pads are swappable, meaning that you can swap out for the included microfiber pad for a slightly different feel. The headset is made of 3 different types of plastic and steel to make sure it's a combination of both rigid, flexible, and long-lasting. Great audio performance starts with the Pro G driver, and what makes the 433 special is that we've tuned the acoustic performance to analog sources. So whether it's your cell phone or high-end DAC or your PC gaming computer, you're going to get a great experience. We've added acoustic ports to make the low end really rich and warm, and a custom acoustic chamber to make sure the EQ performance is excellent. The detachable boom mic has noise canceling and a micro pop filter to make sure that you have clear communication, whether it's streaming or just chatting with your friends. The G433 is certified by Discord to make sure that you're going to get a high quality communication experience with your gaming friends. The PC gaming cable connects to the headset and allows you to mute and adjust the volume with the control box. It's also uniquely designed to virtually eliminate crosstalk between the microphone and the headset. The PC gaming cable also connects to the USB digital sound card, enabling features like DTS Headphone X 7.1 surround sound, custom EQs, and profiles through Logitech gaming software. The PC cable also connects to a Y splitter that's included, which allows you to connect to any analog source you want. The second cable is the mobile cable, which has a built-in microphone so you don't need the boom mic to communicate while you're on the go, and it also has a button to control modern cell phones. The G433 is not just a brand new headset, it's a brand new category of headset. It's incredibly lightweight and comfortable, and it uses the best technologies that you've come to expect from Logitech G.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
entire team back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the grand finals of the ILG Cup Season 2 Bengaluru Regional Qualifier at LXG. I'm Shadeslayer. Joining me is Johnny, aka Flash. This is LXG Sports going up against Go Figure Blue in the best of 3. Winner moves on to the grand finale of the ILG Cup Season 2, where they are assured a minimum of 1 lakh rupees in prize pool. The draft is already on its way for game 1, and we see the signature IO pick coming in for Para.
Yes, you see, Para gets his IO pick, and they get that coupled up pick for Mino with that gyrocopter. Let's look at LXG Esports bans. They've banned the Undying, they've banned the Weaver, they've banned the Winter Vervin, they've banned the Morphling and the Silencer. So they are going to go for a lot of crowd control heroes. They've already got 1 pick, that's the gyrocopter, and the Silencer is banned. So
you're looking at the LXG Esports bans, it's very evident that they've banned 2 kinds of heroes here. One, who are very elusive to catch with that relocate. Secondly, who can easily counter initiate once a relocate comes in. So you don't really want to relocate into a fight where the Undying pops the tombstone and all of a sudden you've got to change your priorities moving into the fight. Same goes with the Weaver. Very elusive to catch. Morphling, again, almost impossible to catch him off guard before he does manage to pop that morph ability. Winter Wyvern, Silencer, all of them, both those heroes in fact have beautiful counter initiate as well. You have the Winter's Curse to turn around pretty much Winter's Curse onto the IO, and the Gyro himself will burst the IO down instantly. Silencer, Global Silence, counter initiate, very strong as well before Gyro and a couple of other cores do pick up the BKB, so they don't want to be dealing up with any of that. Necrophos as well as the Phoenix, something that, and not to mention Tiny Bane. The entire set of dire bans coming in shows for a fact that Go Figure Blue are ready, and they've been studying what LXG Esports have been going for. Necrophos, Phoenix, Tiny Bane have been heroes that they've been going time and time to.
also the Wraith King as well.
Yeah, Wraith King again, one of Zeus's signature picks to go off lane. Tiny we have in fact seen being played off lane as well as mid lane by Kaneki as well. Bane again, ever since Paswal has come back into this roster, it's something that he goes to time and again. Necrophos again, one of Zeus's signature heroes. They're going to go for the Lich and Kaneki's signature Invoker to close out the draft. So nothing too much out of the ordinary, but the Centaur War Runner, his ulti there, Stampede, does allow for a quick engage in. You open things up with the Stampede. You have the IO relocating in. There's gonna be that global presence coming in throughout from the Invoker. You get the Hoof Stomp, Sunstrike, that's already a lot of burst damage there. And you also get to throw in the Chain Frost into the mix at the end of it all. They're going to go for Monkey King here, Go Figure. They also have the Shadow Shaman. So they're going to have some good crowd control here.
Good pushing abilities also with that Ogre and Shadow Shaman. And Shadow Shaman is someone who can stop the IO with that relocate, because if he gets that shackle on time when the relocate is happening, he can actually literally, he can stop LXG from, what they want to do. They get the Templar Assassin. So let's see how LXG Esports are going to pan this out. We know that Zeus is going to go on the offlane with that Centaur War Runner, Kaneki in mid. Mino as the carry who's going to go in the safe lane with Parasite. And Pasol is going to be that roaming support. Maybe he might want to give some extra time to Mino over there, give him that extra support with that Frost Armor. But the only problem I see for LXG Esports is I don't see that much of a roaming support in the form of Lich for them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like LXG Esports are going to be investing too much into those early few minutes or levels. They're just going to try and secure that bare minimum farm that they need before these heroes can come online. As soon as that relocate is available, I do expect the IO to be taking the gyrocopter to the other lanes and slowly but surely opening up the map. What I'm scared of though, Monkey King going to that safe lane, going up against Lich, I don't think he's going to be able to get too much farm in the lane. But looks like we're going to be stuck for a second in the loading screen. I think we're the only ones who haven't loaded. Oh, there was a pause coming in fact. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't like the Monkey King in the safe lane whatsoever. He's going to need a lot of support there. Maybe even the likes of Ogre Magi as well as Shadow Shaman having to hang around there to ensure the Monkey King doesn't get bullied as much. Templar Assassin versus the Invoker in the mid lane. I see that being a lot more even matchup. But the TA needs to always ensure that she gets off to a good start here, because she's going to be completely relied on. When the relocate comes in or when the fight commences, it's going to be her burst damage to try and jump into the backline and burst IO or the Lich, or maybe even both in certain scenarios. Else, it's once the fight begins and once the gyro starts to lay in the damage, it's just going, as the fight progresses, it's just going to get harder and harder for Go Figure Blue to get any sort of impact in any team fight.
And something that I see very viable for LXG Esports is they can go for that 2-1-2 setup where Lich can babysit the center war runner, because if center war runner goes against a tri-lane in the form of Shadow Shaman, Monkey King and Ogre, he's just going to get his levels. He's not going to get those early creeps. He does require that few initial items like those Tranquil Boots, maybe get some money for that blink. He needs that blink so that he can be the initiator. They have the Invoker for that initiation, but they need that blink on Centaur Warrunner. On the other hand, if Templar Assassin gets her blink quickly, she can cause a lot of havoc, especially for heroes like Io, because she can burst Io quickly down. And then that's going to be a big problem for the gyrocopter over there. So looking at it, both the teams look quite balanced. The only problem I have is for the side of the Dire side. Monkey King is going to have some difficulties in getting his farm, but if he's babysitted enough, he can spiral out of control. He can counter Invoker as well, because Invoker, even if he puts the ice wall, he can jump onto trees and maybe get out of that ice wall. So he's someone who can cause a lot of problems with his ultimate as well. A lot of physical damage coming in from Monkey King. So let's see how Monkey King plays out. It's going to be very crucial for that team, for Monkey King to perform very well.
Yep, Monkey King, again, one of those heroes we've seen. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a few games of Mino playing Monkey King. If that hero gets off to a hot start, it gets the Echo Saber, it just becomes so hard to deal with them, even in the early to mid-game scenario where he dishes out just so much damage. Again, come mid-game, Wukong's command, a really powerful ultimate, pretty much means you have to absolutely disengage right up. You cannot fight in that ultimate.
And I'm sure their goal is going to be get that IO first, because IO is the sustainability for LXG Esports. If they get IO first, that is the gank for them.
Yeah, like I said, that's going to be the primary objective for Templar Assassin here in this game, moving up. And looks like we will have the unpause coming in game 1 of the grand finals of the ILG Cup Season 2 Bengaluru Regional Qualifier. LXG Esports versus Go Figure Blue. We will have LXG starting on the Radiant side, Pasol on the Lich, Mino playing the Gyro, Parasite on the Io, Kaneki on the mid Invoker, and that finally puts Zeus on the Centaur War Runner. And it does look like we are going to see an aggressive tri-lane with the Centaur being sent to the safe lane. So thoughts?
It can pan out quite well, but if Mino gets a lot of aggression from Shadow Shaman and the Monkey King with Ogre, because Ogre dishes out a lot of burst damage with less mana being used. So let's see how it works out. And looking at Axe, I want to see where Axe is going to lane.
Well, before that, we're going to get onto introductions to the Dire side. We have Go Figure Blue, Hinata playing up the Shadow Shaman, Wing mid on the Templar Assassin, Louis on the Axe, still playing up the position 1 Monkey King, and that finally puts Aomen Daiki on the support Ogre Magi. Gyro comes into the fight, and looks like this is going to be the end of Hinata. Shoyo, we do have Gyrocopter picking up first blood there. Rocket Barrage. Absolutely nothing the Shadow Shaman could have done.
And you could see Pasol, he played it very cleverly. He knew he was taking a lot of damage. He baited the Shadow Shaman to move towards him and
Shadow Shaman became too aggressive. He should have played a little more closer to his team, and that was the downfall.
Indeed it was, and it does look, there you go, the deny comes in from the Lich as well early on in the mid lane, trying to give the Invoker the hit start up against the Templar Assassin, and TA should have the
easier lane.
Yeah, she does get a salve sent in as well. Bottom lane Centaur, I don't see him being able to get too much farm. It's all pretty much going to come down to how well Go Figure Blue can handle the creep equilibrium here in the bottom lane and try and keep the Centaur away from that XP range. But with the Lich coming in as well, Centaur should be in a much better position here. Oh, just look at that. Aomin Daiki just taking way too many hits than what he was supposed to. Top lane, Gyro plus Io up against Monkey King, Shadow Shaman. There is definitely kill potential for both the teams here, but I think it's pretty much going to come down to who gets that initial first kill and gets that initial momentum. And I think 1 or 2 kills in the lane, I don't see the opposition being able to get much out of this lane from that point on. So
when it comes to the burst potential, I see that the Dire side on that lane has slight advantage because Monkey King with that stun and the crit, coupled up with Shadow Shaman's Shackle, also with his first spell, does a lot of damage. On the other hand, Gyrocopters won't be able to dish out that much damage.
Yep, and there you go. Hoof Stomp comes in from Zeus. Nothing much though, just to scare away Louis there, who will be able to pop that salve, heal back to full HP, and immediately back into the lane. Consumables, there's a few tangos up on the Centaur there. Lich continues to use up Sacrifice and constantly deny away XP from both the offlaners here.
Now that's one problem we have when you play an Axe safe lane, because Axe does a lot of push, and the Shackle coming in onto the Gyrocopter, trying to save that Monkey King. He is able to back out on time, gets the salve as well. A beautiful Shackle coming in to save Monkey King over there. LXG Sports trying to make the jump, and Kaneki battling it out at mid.
Just have a look at the CS chart. Gyro sitting on 13-2 compared to the position 1 on Go Figure. Monkey King that is on 8-1. So slowly but surely you can see him falling behind, and this can never be a reality. The Shackle comes off though here onto the IO. Gyrocopter gonna stand his ground. Boundless Strike, not enough to pick up the kill. In comes the Rocket Barrage. There's a lot of damage going into the Monkey King. He pops the stick, but he should be going down regardless here. Beautiful Shackle, wrong range, right click coming in from Parasite, picks up the kill. A secondary Rocket Barrage, and that should be Hinata going down as well. Double kill to the IO, and this top lane just went south super fast for Go Figure here, Johnny.
Yes, you could see Io was doing a lot of damage. It was able to connect onto that Monkey King. So Monkey King started taking a lot of damage over there, and he had to back out, but he went aggressively. So unfortunate, very unfortunate for the Dire side.
Indeed, and Louis as well as Aomen here have fallen into the Radiant jungle. They've had enough of staying in the lane and getting their XP denied by Lich, so they're gonna plan to do something elsewhere. 2 points in second. Oh, top lane. They do lose the IO. Looks like there's a little bit of an overcommit coming in from the IO. Not really sure if he got shackled under the effects of... Oh, it is just an Ether Shock.
Yeah, he used the Ether Shock, and Monkey King would have got the stun in, but Axe going so aggressively onto that Lich. Unable to find Lich though. Lich.
Quick feet there, able to tiptoe away from the Axe as well as the Ogre Magi, and should be A-OK for now. Illusion Rune picked up by the Templar Assassin in the mid lane. Looking at the CS here, TS sitting on 19-9 compared to the 17-3 of the Invoker. So it's pretty even Stevens as of now, and that pretty much is going to favor Invoker more than the TA. That TA does come out on top in this matchup early on. That being said, bottom lane, looks like the Lich will eventually get picked off by the Ogre Magi. Zeus needs to be careful as well. He does have a boot. His TP on cooldown, at least for now. Top lane, the dive comes in, the rocket connects in as well. Rocket barrage onto the Monkey King. He pops the stick, but it doesn't really matter. Mino cleans up, double kill, and there's just action breaking out on both the side lanes. Now Zeus is under pressure from the Ogre Magi, but the Lich has come back into the party. He even steals away.
He needs his Tranquil Boots very badly. He's unable to sustain himself in the lane alone. He might have to go back to base unless quickly a salve is popped for him. Even I was thinking that Templar Assassins should have an easier time in the lane. The only difference between them is the XP chart, but Invoker is managing to do well in that lane for himself.
Bottom lane, they are going to lead things off. The call connects in onto the Centaur, and a beautiful last-ditch effort there ensures that they at least pick up the axe. Lich looking to give chase here onto the Ogre Magi. He needs 3 more right clicks as the Ogre tangoing away, looking to heal back up. Does get the Fire Blast in, and that should be enough to keep him alive at least for now. A double edge there at the end just before he went out. Meanwhile, Rocket Barrage top lane. TP coming in from the Ogre Magi. The Rocket's going to connect in. One more right click. No! They don't secure the kill. Instead, they turn it around. Shackle under the tower and they pick up the kill onto the IO. They might look to chase onto the Gyro as well. But with the Monkey King being that low, I don't see that being a reality just yet. Meanwhile, they might look to turn tail in the bottom lane onto Axe. Centaur is going to be joining into the party as well. He does have 3 levels onto.
He's getting blocked by the creeps. Unfortunately, he's not able to make it. Maybe, do you think instead if he had the Tranquil instead of that Ring of Health, could that have made the difference? Because you'd have got that movement speed buff as well.
Yep, not sure what the case there was. Regardless, Axe going to be coming back in. And he's actually going to get the call in.
No, it does not.
Oh, it does not connect in. He might have had a possible, slight chance. Maybe gets a couple of procs on the spin. He definitely picks up the kill there, but as of now,
can you check how many levels on Battle Hunger he has? Oh, he does have 2 levels of Battle Hunger, and that's where he is harassing that Lich in lane so much. Lich is having so much problem to have that sustainability in that lane. But on the other hand, you can see IO and the Gyrocopter being so aggressive in their lane. They want those kills. They're wanting to make their way again onto that Monkey King. You can see the rocket being left by Gyrocopter. It does connect though.
Are they looking to give chase there? Oh, the Shadow Shaman does get the shackle off onto the Gyro, but the TP support is going to be coming in. Down goes the call down as well. That's going to be the kill picked up on the Shadow Shaman. Are they going to give chase though for more kills here? No, they won't. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they do manage to pick up the axe as well. So kills going down both the side lanes. 8-4 in favor of LXG Esports here at the start. Let's have a look at the gold and XP charts. Just slightly, 1,500 in XP and 2,000 in gold. Meanwhile, Rocket Barrage, is going to give change. Look at the damage coming in from just half the duration of the Rocket Barrage there. Mino continues to fight up here, and that's going to be the Shadow Shaman probably going down. Boundless Strike though does connect in. IO dropping dangerously low. Secondary Shackle coming in. There's a lot of damage going in onto Mino here, but the Stick Charges keeps him alive for now. The Rocket connects in as well on the Monkey King, but not enough damage. Call down, and Hinata is just going to cut his losses and back off. Meanwhile, Ogre Magi, hello? Oh, we see the Stampede being popped, in fact, in the bottom lane. They are looking to give chase. Kaneki has rotated in as well. That EMP does absolutely nothing. The Cold Snap, though, should ensure the kill. Double edge, last right click. Kaneki picks it up. Meanwhile, middle lane, more action going down here. Gyrocopter does get his rocket off onto the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi turns around. Fire Blast picks up the kill. Mino able to trade, but in comes the Shadow Shaman. Long range, Shackle in as well. Roshan's joined into the fight as well. And that should be the Templar Assassin. Pick up the kill. In fact, the Shock there at the end to secure it. And both the IO and the Gyro end up going down in the mid lane. 10-7, go figure, fighting back.
Go figure, definitely fighting back. You see, the Invoker, maybe if you could try using the Sunstrike, but I don't think he's used that much levels of Exhaust. But the Fountain being popped over there, Templar Assassin back to full health, going to come back to lane. The Vanguard being complete on the Axe.
And looks like they did spot
Shadow Shaman gets the shackle in, but there's no one for the but Templar Assassin finally comes with the trap. She should be able to get this kill easily, but the the stomp is there. Now the axe gives chase with the battle hunger. They should be able to get the call down as well with the shackle. This should be the fall of Centaur. Axe gets the kill.
And now Kaneki might be in a world of trouble as well. Invis Rune picked up. Ogre Magi high ground, gets the fire blast in. Kaneki looking to get away. The EMP goes down. They immediately drop the sentry to try and find him. Looking to ghost walk away, but they couldn't get the Shadow Shaman in range, and Kaneki survives, but they did lose two there early on. The Lich as well as the Centaur War Runner both going down.
And it's very interesting to see the IO and Gyrocopter again going so aggressively, want the tower as well. They have the top lane secured because there's no one there contesting for that tower. They should be able to get their first objective over here in the form of the first top tower. Monkey King, he's just moved back. He's got his face boots and his drums.
Oh, they do go ahead and pop Stampede here, shackle in. But Mino was able to get off the call down. They're taking a lot of damage from the Serpents here. War Runner needs to get out of here as well. He can't tank the damage at this point of time. They have absolutely nothing to cancel Ogre's TP. They do pick up the axe, but that's going to be pretty much it as the Templar Assassin looks to get some pressure in, some damage onto the tier 1 in the mid lane. But with the Invoker already on the rotate, I think that's pretty much it, at least for now. The Lich is waiting in the other side. Tornado EMP should drain all the mana away from the TA, who's gonna just stand her ground and take the fight up against Pasol, but it's gonna go up high ground. Does get hit by the hoof stomp, and that is pretty much gonna signal the disengage. Monkey King though does have the creep equilibrium in his favor and is gonna be looking to get his much needed catch-up farm.
Yes, he does require a lot. I don't know why did I think I saw someone had the face boots and drums. Okay, but Monkey King has treads instead. I thought he had gone, oh, it was the Gyrocopter. So Gyrocopter has her face boots and drums. Next, you might want to go for that Manta over here. Quickly clearing out that creep wave. They've got the top tier tower. Now Mino has to quickly get that farm for his team so that he can do colossal damage in those ganks.
And just look at this. We do have the Shadow Shaman as well as the Ogre Magi also rotating in towards the top lane. Io and Gyro both waiting in the trees. I think they're aware of the fact that there might be a rotation coming in. They're going to lead things off with the homing missile here onto the Monkey King, and the chase comes in. Call down goes out though. Gonna connect onto Ogre Magi. Stampede is popped as well. They want to give chase. The shackle comes in, but the Rocket Barrage does too much damage. Monkey King comes in though with the Boundless Strike. They need few more clicks, but the Blink, Hoof Stomp, bye-bye. See you next couple of minutes, and Aomen Daiki is down as well. Beautiful counter initiate coming in. There was a nice setup coming in. They wanted to show the Monkey King out. Homing missile setup, they move in, but boy, oh boy, there's some couple of nice plays there coming in from LXG Esports. Primarily the preemptive call down being used, which ensures that the Ogre Magi as well as the Shadow Shaman both cannot fully commit in. Shadow Shaman decides to loop around the radius of the call down there, and that much time was enough for them eventually for Mino to survive, for the Centaur War Runner to re-engage back in. So
and the main part was Lich came over there with that Frost Armor and that chain.
And looks like they're gonna jump onto the axe in the bottom lane as well. He's out of mana. He's out of another life as well.
The bad side is just gonna take Mino back to the top lane.
15-9. That's more than a kill per minute the way of LXG Esports, and they're off to a hot start. Golden XP lead though not too much. So despite falling behind in terms of kills, Go Figure Blue are able to ensure that that doesn't really affect their farming right now. But bottom lane, the tier 1 is going to be under siege soon, but Ogre Magi as well as Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman does have the Serpent Wards if needed. But Centaur pretty much all alone here. I don't see him looking to cross the river anytime soon.
He also gets his blink pretty soon with the Vanguard. So his farm is pretty much on point. You can see he is the third person in the net worth over there. Monkey King getting stunned by the rocket coming in. Mino standing at level 10. You can see his item choice is quite interesting. If you see, he wants to get that disable on the melees.
And that's primarily going to be disables. He's going to be able to control either the TA or the Monkey King. Neither of them will be able to dish out that damage. And also the timing is going to be key here. Once he does get that halberd out early, not only is he going to have evasion, but also the fact that he's going to be able to mute the TA who's not going to be going in for a first item BKB. She's going to be going in for the Desolator. But the Desolator is not going to do absolutely nothing if you cannot deal the damage in. And look at this, the damage coming in, gonna be strong onto wing mid. TP coming in from the Monkey King, and that's gonna prevent Kaneki from further pushing through. But the call down, re-engage back in from the backline, deafening blast in as well. She does not have mana even for the bell. The rocket gonna connect in as well. Chain Frost coming in, gonna even bounce onto the axe there in the backlines, but they will not give chase here by the looks of things. Or do they want to continue? No, they're not. They're just going to blow the glyph, try and delay the inevitable here. But the tier 1 should end up going down. I don't see Go Figure Blue having enough to mount a defense here at this point of time. Meanwhile, Ogre Magi as well as the Shadow Shaman trying to get as much catch-up farm as they can before eventually the tier 1, the tier 2s go down. That is going to be map control fully lost by Go Figure to, in fact, their entirety of the jungle.
And you can see how Parasite and Mino, I mean the Gyrocopter and the IO, using that relocate to perfection. They are not staying in one place. They are making these ganks happen. It's the carries that is making this gank happen rather than seeing the Invoker move around that much. So that is something which is good to see. While on the other hand, we have to see Go Figure come up with a counter plan. They need to go for a few more aggressive wards that they get some vision and have vision over that IO and that Gyrocopter.
And I love for the fact that LXG Sports, they're playing for a timing here. They're playing for that early finish. They don't really want to push this to the ultra late game scenario where the Templar Assassin is going to be dealing in a lot of instant burst damage.
Coupled up with the Monkey King's damage.
Yep, indeed. So we do have the Halberd coming out. Looks like he's going to be building in towards a Mjolnir up next. Bottom lane, Kaneki has gone for the Spirit Vessel and the Agnum Scepter already being queued up. Tier 1 tower taking in a lot of damage. In fact, Zeus still not yet done by the looks of things. Louis hanging around. He does have the Blink Dagger Vanguard available if they want to re-engage back in. He's not going to back off here, trying to get the deny in. They're going to blow the glyph as well. And now the question comes, do they go in to try and secure this? I don't think it should be possible here. Now, the deny comes in from the Shadow Shaman. Relocate, though, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be online and available if they want to re-engage back in, but they find the Ogre Magi. In comes the homing missile, and that's going to be the kill. Oh, they do, if I'm not mistaken, they did manage to pop the shrine there.
No, the shrine
they didn't.
Long back.
They get the kill and they catch out the Templar Assassin as well, who does manage to get the Refract off, immediately taken away, and that should be the TA down as well. Backlines, Deafening Blast, Cold Snap, Monkey King, Boundless Strike does absolutely nothing, and Mino ends up with a double kill. They will be cleaning up on the Serpent Wards as well. Tier 1 is down and possibly some structural damage onto the Tier 2.
A beautiful fight coming in again by the players of that Gyrocopter and the IO. They catch the Ogre Magi off guard over there, take that fight up high ground, and they were not scared at all. Now they know what the next objectives are, those tier 2 towers. Maybe in that meanwhile they can get the Aegis as well and then start pushing high ground.
Just look at this, the Gyro IO, they're just gonna hang around in the dire jungle, clean up, more farm taken away from Go Figure Blue, who are slowly but surely now falling behind. 7,500 in terms of net worth and almost close to 10,000 in terms of XP. So,
and you see the Gyrocopter getting his farm so quick. He's got that Maelstrom already, and that Maelstrom is going to help him farm even quicker. So he's going to queue that Mjolnir pretty much in the next 4 to 5 minutes. He should be able to get that Mjolnir up and running.
That's a Crimson Guard completed as well onto the Centaur War Runner. So more damage negation coming in for LXG.
Do you think the Centaur War Runner requires the pipe though?
Pipe in this game, I don't think is
Because he
as
can
great. Yeah, because it's primarily... Oh, the call down in the backlines. So they find the Shadow Shaman. Sunstrike is going to be on point. Blink call coming in onto the IO. Can they burst him down? They do get the Wukong's command out as well. They do manage to pick up the kill. And it's just me all in all. He just blows them all up. 2 kills going down. Louis looking to TP away. No, son. Not this time. That's a triple kill coming in. Buyback from the IO. Relocates back into the fight. The heal comes in. The sustain comes in for the Gyro. And they hold on. Meanwhile, it's just 3 other players on the other. That, for all intents and purposes, was a 2v3.
It was a 2v3, though they got the IO first, but Mino was dishing so much damage with that Maelstrom procs, and also he was able to use his the disable onto that Monkey King.
Yeah, he did get the halberd off as well, and now the tier 2 gonna be under siege as well. Here in the middle lane. Oh, the Warren cancels out the TA. TA might be in a world of trouble. Forces out the Serpent Ward here as well. In comes the Chain Frost. Long range Boundless Strike does nothing. Call down connects onto 2 as well. 2 players down. TA almost gonna go down as well. Mito is beyond godlike. Blink call coming in. The Monkey King jumps in as well and probably needs to just turn tail and scoot out of here. Buyback from the Shadow Shaman, but they're already backing off. Those Serpent Wards forced out and accomplishes absolutely nothing. They do manage to, however, pick up the Invoker. They're not really sure how much of a swing that was. It's just about 900 gold, give or take. Definitely not enough.
Definitely not enough. And now what LXG Esports can do is go for, though they've taken the tier 2 top tower, they can go for the Aegis. They have map control and they can start pushing high ground because they know they don't have Serpent Wards to hold their tier 3.
And we do have the Echo Saber completed on the Monkey King. Looks like he's going to be building up towards a Black King bar. They definitely need that. He's been under so much pressure. There's just so much damage coming in. The control from the Invoker. Magic damage from the Invoker. Magic damage from the Gyro thus far. And now they're going to be heading into Roshan. Invoker though, just going to be dealing up with this push coming in towards the bottom lane. Not sure if he's picked up the Boots of Travel. No, he's not.
He's going for the Agnums. And we can see LXG Esports already in the Roshan pit. They know they have the objectives to complete. They get that Aegis. They are going to start pushing high ground though. But Serpent Watch should be pretty much up in another 30 seconds.
They go for the smoke gank here, but they're not going to be able to find anything. Invoker coming in. Kaneki going to dispel it off. Down goes the Sentry's Hex, but immediately disengaging out of there with the Stampede. Invoker wants to come back. 2 players hoofed up coming in as well. Down goes the TA. Down goes the Shadow Shaman. Ogre Magi is already down for the count, and in the blink of an eye, LXG Esports evaporate 3 on the side of Go Figure Blue.
Though they got that blue ward down with their Ogre Magi, had that instincts, gets the blue ward over there, they see Invoker, but Invoker, because...
Despite being hexed up, the Stampede there immediately pulls him out of the range of that sentry, and it was just re-engaged back in Blink Hoof Stomp from the center, and it was all down south from that point on for the Dire squad. And looks like the IO Gyro will be joining in the rest of the cavalry, heading in towards this final tier 2 in the bottom lane. Don't really see Dire being able to contest this at this point of time. Ogre Magi needs to be just careful that they don't catch him inside the base here out as well. 23 minutes in, 32 to 13. Goal lead of 15,000, XP lead of 20,000 as the Gyro goes high ground. Looking at the buybacks, nobody has one just yet. Don't see that being a big problem though. Gyro does get hit by the call, but IO is there with the tether in. Glyph is expended, might just be the final stand coming in from Go Figure Blue here. Gyro does have the BKB Aegis. Secondary Alacrity coming in. Tier 3 going down quick and fast. No answers just yet. Homing missile onto the Ogre Magi. Axe does have a secondary call available. Wukong's command in the backlines. But look at that. We do have the Meatball Deafening Blast. Clean up. Gyrocopter has been surrounded inside with the Serpents, but does absolutely nothing. The Monkey King desperately trying to fight this, does nothing whatsoever. Stampede comes in, they get the second kill, they get the third. They even manage to catch out the Ogre Magi. Triple kill to the Gyro. GG is called as LXG Esports take game 1 of the grand finals.
In a beautiful style, in beautiful fashion, they were able to push high ground. Mino just gathered that, courage to go up high ground. He stood there, he knew IO was there, they had the heal as well, and they were able to push. Even though Mino got caught in those Mass Serpent wards, the damage that was being dished out was just too much, and the Dire team just couldn't, they didn't have any counter to it.
Yep. And big shout out to all the sponsors, title sponsor LXG, powered by Logitech G, associate sponsors LG and Nvidia, online media partner Sportskeeda. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 coming back up shortly.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you, like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is. Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above our town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. Oh, we radiate all over the world. We used to radiate, but now we're drowning. You and me are bored of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to
too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me bleed. Just stay one more night. I'll be by your side. We'll live for a new day. We live life the hard way, but not today. Just stay. Just stay. Just stay. One more night. We found our way again. We found our way again. We found our way. A new place.
So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will every
Wires hold you back. They tie you down, restrict your movements, and ultimately stop you reaching your full potential. Which is why it's time to break free from the confines of the cable and fully embrace lasting wireless gaming with Logitech G. The G603 wireless gaming mouse and the G613 wireless mechanical gaming keyboard both deliver the kind of performance and efficiency you need to compete and win at the highest levels of gaming. The G603 wireless gaming mouse can run with 1 or 2 AA batteries to suit your weight and balance tastes, and can provide up to a staggering 500 hours of non-stop play.
Expect nothing less.
This is largely down to the incredible new high-efficiency rated optical sensor, or HERO for short.
Heroes never die.
As well as enjoying 10 times the power efficiency of the last generation of sensors, it boasts exceptional accuracy and responsiveness with up to 12,000 DPI. You can manually adjust sensitivity in the Logitech gaming software, assigning up to 5 preset levels which can be switched on the fly by tapping this button. Whilst we're on the subject of buttons, the G603 has 6 which are fully programmable, either assigned to game profiles on your main PC or stored in onboard memory for when you're on the go. But all this is nothing without latency-free performance, and thanks to Logitech G's new highly optimized light speed technology and a 1 millisecond report rate, the G603 is photon fast, with no risk of interference from other Wi-Fi or Bluetooth sources, even in crowded LAN and tournament settings. Lightspeed is in fact so advanced that the G603 is faster than most wired gaming mice.
An excellent kill.
When you're not competing, you can also switch from peak gaming mode to the low productivity setting, pushing the report rate to 8 milliseconds and further optimizing battery life.
MVP.
The G603 also has the added benefit of allowing you to connect to devices via Bluetooth. To complete your optimized wireless setup though, you need to look beyond the mouse. The G613 wireless mechanical gaming keyboard is the first of its kind. Also leveraging Logitech G's incredible new 1 millisecond report rate lightspeed technology or Bluetooth connectivity, this keyboard houses the esports grade Roma G mechanical key switches. With an actuation distance of just 1.5 millimeters, these are up to 25% faster than the competition.
This calls for a celebration.
Combine this with an actuation force of just 45 grams, and you have a low fatigue, high performance keyboard designed to help you win. In addition to delivering faster keystroke response rates than most wired gaming keyboards on the market, the G613 also boasts incredible power performance with up to 18 months of gaming on just 2 AA batteries. To find out more about the G613 and the G603, just visit logitechg.com.
We use audio as a huge part of enjoying life in many different ways, not just PC gaming. So when we were designing our new gaming headset, we wanted to think about it from a completely different angle. We looked at the materials, the way that people use their headsets, and we wanted to provide a product that satisfies all the different use cases that gamers have. The G433 satisfies all the requirements of the PC gamer, but also is an incredibly comfortable and lightweight product to take with you anywhere you go. The outside is fabric with a hydrophobic coating, making it stain resistant, but also incredibly comfortable. On the inside, we use a sports mesh material that is breathable and very comfortable as well. The ear pads are swappable, meaning that you can swap out for the included microfiber pad for a slightly different feel. The headset is made of 3 different types of plastic and steel to make sure it's a combination of both rigid, flexible, and long-lasting. Great audio performance starts with the Pro G driver, and what makes the 433 special is that we've tuned the acoustic performance to analog sources. So whether it's your cell phone or a high-end DAC or your PC gaming computer, you're going to get a great experience. We've added acoustic ports to make the low end really rich and warm, and a custom acoustic chamber to make sure the EQ performance is excellent. The detachable boom mic has noise canceling and a micro pop filter to make sure that you have clear communication, whether it's streaming or just chatting with your friends. The G433 is certified by Discord to make sure that you're going to get a high quality communication experience with your gaming friends. The PC gaming cable connects to the headset and allows you to mute and adjust the volume with the control box. It's also uniquely designed to virtually eliminate crosstalk between the microphone and the headset. The PC gaming cable also connects to the USB digital sound card, enabling features like DTS Headphone X 7.1 surround sound, custom EQs, and profiles through Logitech gaming software. The PC cable also connects to a Y splitter that's included, which allows you to connect to any analog source you want. The second cable is the mobile cable, which has a built-in microphone so you don't need the boom mic to communicate while you're on the go. And it also has a button to control modern cell phones. The G433 is not just a brand new headset, it's a brand new category of headset. It's incredibly lightweight and comfortable, and it uses the best technologies that you've come to expect from Logitech G.
Dire team back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Game 2 of this Best of 3 Grand Finals of the LG Cup Season 2 Bengaluru Regional Qualifier. I'm Shade Slayer, joining me as Flash. LXG Esports took a commanding and swift Game 1 victory, and they're just one game win away from that grand finale slot. Go figure, Blue.
Yeah, you can see that fear that Go Figure has. You can see that insta ban IO. They banned the Necroforce and the Tiny. So they know how much problems IO caused Go Figure in the last game. On the other hand, LXG Esports, they pick up Axe on their first pick with Terrorblade. And Go Figure quickly go for that Ursa Warrior and Phoenix. We know how difficult it is to get that Phoenix egg down. So LXG Esports needs to pick up those heroes that can quickly get that egg off as soon as his ultimate lands.
Yep, one of the solutions to that supernova problem is going to be the illusions with the Terrorblade.
10 seconds.
They will have the Axe opening pick coming in as well. So a lot of initiation, lots of crowd control.
And the good thing is Terrorblade, he has that metamorphosis where in his ranged form he can get that egg off of Phoenix. I mean, kill the egg when Phoenix is in his ultimate. On the other hand, there was a Phantom Lancer who was a viable hero for Mino. Mino loves playing that Phantom Lancer. Good counter to Ursa Warrior as well. But instead, they know the priority is to get Phoenix dead before his ultimate lands. And they know how much problematic Phoenix can be on the off lane. So they go for the Terrorblade pick.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken though, this is going to be a position 4 Phoenix and a position 3 Ursa Warrior. We'll have to wait and see. We have seen teams throw the Ursa on the off lane, safe lane, mid lane, very versatile. They will, however, pick up the Shadow Shaman for now, something they did go with for game number 1, but the Shadow Shaman couldn't do anything. It was pretty much the gyrocopter with the IO tethered in, just bum rushing the Shadow Shaman time. And again, he had very little space to maneuver, and doesn't help for the fact that he's very fragile as well. One entire rocket barrage and he is pretty much done for. LXG Esports will eventually go for the Bane. I did call out the Bane TB pick up, so
and Bane is a very good counter to the Ursa Warrior. So with that Enfeeble, he can cause a lot of problems for Ursa. His damage gets reduced. And yes, go to counters for those carries, melee carries. And Phoenix, on the other hand, it's going to be very important to see where they lane him, because I somehow feel the Phoenix dies off when he's on the 4th position because he's not able to do that much damage in game. And he needs to survive. The longer he survives in a gank, he's like an IO who does a lot of sustainability in the form of heal, and as well he uses supernova for that damage. So if they are somehow able to get the Phoenix on the off lane, give him that good farm with that armor, he can be quite impactful against LXG Esports.
And moving ahead, the fourth pick coming in for Go Figure Blue. They need an answer to the Terrorblade push. There's absolutely no answers to the illusions right now besides the Aethershock, and that stops being a viable alternative post early game. So
exactly, once he gets that farm, he gets that Manta, he gets the Skadi, he becomes so tanky after that that Aethershock is not going to do that much against him.
Yep, I have seen certain teams, in fact, just straight up battle illusions. With illusions, you can straight up go the Phantom Lancer itself, who's banned away though this time around.
Or
Monkey King, something that they did go for previously, is still viable here. They can also be going old school with the Juggernaut.
They can also go for the
Battle
Ricky.
Fury. So
they can also go for the Ricky, because Ricky is someone with that smoke. He can catch Terrorblade in that smoke, but instead they go for the Troll Warlord.
Dire team banned.
yeah, Troll Warlord again works as a double-edged sword. Not only is it a position one for Go Figure, but also a potential counter to the Phoenix taken away. You don't really want that metamorphed Terrorblade also
Hitting
getting
the exact faster speed, more shots in, getting that Phoenix egg. So I was thinking LXG Esports might go for that mid-troll Warlord, because sometimes I've seen Kaneki play mid-troll Warlord. So I was thinking they might go for it, but they've gone for the Mirana. Now this is a big
They ban out the Templar Assassin. Out goes the Magnus, and that should be a Queen of Pain coming in for
It looks
Kaneki.
like Zeus is going to go for the...
Yeah, that is going to be an offlane Mirana. No, I think that's an offlane Mirana and a position 4 Axe with a position 5 Bane and a safe lane Terrorblade, and something being picked up. Probably going to be either a Queen of Pain or an Invoker. I'm leaning towards a Queen of Pain though for Kaneki in the mid lane, but then again, could be wrong. Meanwhile, on the other side, Go Figure, they have their safe lane locked in, off lanes locked in, 2 supports locked in, and they need a mid lane as well. Oh, they go for the Enigma. All right, that is again one of Kaneki's signature heroes. So we might just see a Swapperoo in the lanes here. Not really sure. Maybe an off-lane Enigma, safe lane Terrorblade mid Mirana. Don't know.
I don't know why I'm feeling this.
But just look at the push though on LXG Esports. You have the Enigma, Mirana with the quick creep wave clear. There's Axe to cut the wave and hit the front lines, and then you have Terrorblade, Metamorphosis, Illusions, the best for pushing. And Go Figure, their answer to this push is gonna be some counter push, some hold coming in from the Tinker. But what I'm scared of here, I don't see Tinker being able to get that Boots of Travel blink in time before this push does commence. But in fact, it's going to be Parasite picking up the Enigma. So position for Kaneki in the mid lane with the Mirana and Zeus with the offlane Axe. So it is going to be a more traditional setup coming in from LXG Esports, while Go Figure, they need to ensure that LXG Esports don't get some momentum and they don't get into that snowball, and just ensure that they get to the mid game at least in even, if not a slight disadvantage, which will give them a window of an opportunity to push it late where their lineup truly shines. But
now there's a problem over here. What I see is I'm favoring towards Go Figure's lineup over here because of that Tinker pick. If he's able to get his Boots of Travel quick...
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. If Tinker doesn't get shut down and he's in equal footing when the push commences, it's going to be almost impossible for them to push high ground up against the March of the Machines.
But the problem here I see is they don't have a counter to Enigma. Who is going to stop Enigma's black hole?
And their long range initiate is pretty much going to be Axe Blink All, Enigma Blink Black Hole, and those blink daggers are going to be cancelled at least until they pick up the BKBs with the Tinker March of the machine. So it's not going to be a reliable way to initiate unless they do have 100% information of his whereabouts, and Tinker elusive with that Blink Dagger himself.
The only person who can counter Enigma is right now the Shadow Shaman, because even Phoenix, if he has to land his ultimate, even if he's outside, it takes time for his ultimate to channel. Enigma will be able to land a full black hole in that time. So that's
I wouldn't really be surprised if Mino eventually goes for a Blink Dagger this game as well, just to try and cut the distance onto some of these key targets like the Shadow Shaman, like the Tinker, like the Phoenix as well. So for now though, looks like it's going to be completely uncontested here in the bottom lane. It should be... Oh! Surprise, surprise, Pasol does steal that bounty rune away. So LXG Esports will be able to pick up 3, while the Troll Warlord picks up the only bounty rune for the side of Go Figure Blue. As we head into game number 2, let's go ahead and introduce you to the teams. On the side of the Radiant, we have LXG Esports, Pasol on the Bane, Parasite on the Enigma, Mino on the Terrorblade, Kaneki on the Marana, and Zeus on the Axe. What are we seeing on the side of Go Figure for Dire Flash?
On the side of Go Figure, we see Shadow Shaman being played by Hinata, Tinker being played by Wing, Louis plays the Ursa, still plays the Troll Warlord, and Iomine Daiki is playing the Phoenix.
Bottom lane, Terrorblade does use up the Metamorphosis early on to secure up the initial few CS. Pings coming in as well. Denies from the Shadow Shaman is in a firefight versus Pasol here, who needs to be careful. There is definitely kill potential between the Shadow Shaman and the Troll Warlord, especially once the Shadow Shaman does hit level 2. There's going to be nothing that Mino can do. His Metamorphosis is going to be on cooldown as well. So timing is going to be everything. The axes do connect and they need a couple more right clicks only. That should be Pasol going down. He does use up the Fairy Fire, keeps himself alive.
Some beautiful
barely though.
Yeah, some beautiful shenanigans coming in by Pasol over there. Bane playing it very close, but giving Mino that chance to get that farm in. So that space created, and Pasol will take those chances to get that space for Mino to farm, because it's not going to be easy for him to farm against a Troll Warlord and a Shaman.
It's not indeed, and top lane Louis getting pressured by Zeus here with the axe. Enigma pretty much left to his own devices in the jungle right now. Aoman Daiki can't really offer much with the Phoenix. He does have the first into Fire Spirits.
And you see the Enigma, he's not prioritizing his farm, but he is sending those Eidolons into the lane and to help Axe over there. So Enigma, he's prioritizing his teammates' farm over his.
And they didn't really have to invest much there to push the Phoenix back. Level 1 Fire Spirits shouldn't be able to offer much to the Ursa Warrior, who is getting bullied right now. Only the 1 CS compared to the 11 and 4 on the Axe, and things are just gonna go from bad to worse here in the top lane. They definitely need help, and this is pretty much just Axe all alone. The Enigma has been running around in the jungle just doing his own things. He's almost level 3 on his own accord, and this pretty much means the Axe is going to be able to get that early Vanguard, maybe even looks to skip it and go the Blink Dagger, which I definitely wouldn't recommend, especially once he's had a hot start like this. And he's just going to end up being such a pest here for Go Figure Blue to deal with, especially in the next 5 or 10 minutes to come. He's going to be skipping waves. They're not going to be able to hold the wave, and they're not going to get much CS under the tower. There's the Eidolon harass coming in as well. And bottom lane, they do manage to engage in onto Pasol. They need a couple more right clicks. Pasol gonna Nightmare himself. Oh, he gets the first one, and he gets the Nightmare off. What a play! And now, oi, 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 no, not like this. It's gonna be the salve coming off onto the Shadow Shaman. He's just dancing around. He's just buying time at this point of time. He knows he will eventually end up going down. The Terrorblade is wasting a lot of time giving chase. They will eventually be able to bring him down. In fact, even gives the kill off to Mino. But beautifully done. Top lane, the engage comes in. The Ursa Warrior taking a lot of damage. So is Parasite. And that should be the Ursa Warrior down. The Icarus dive doesn't really manage to do much. Shackle shot. Shackles rather under the tower. And they will eventually bring down the Enigma. So I think that was a 2-for-1 trade there at the end. In fact, it's a 3-for-1 considering the troll ended up going down as well. So,
and you can see Tinker having an easier time compared to Mirana. That has to be his lane. Mirana would not have that much harass onto the Tinker, though Tinker can go with that March of the Machines, laser, rocket, can cause a lot of pain for Mirana in lane. So that should be an easy lane for Tinker. And what Go Figure has to do is start getting some kills, start having some momentum over here so that Tinker gets... But Tinker takes a fall.
Yeah, Tinker ends up going down. I think that was the nightmare setup into the Arrow Starfall.
Just when I said Tinker was having a good time, and that's the caster's curse, Tinker takes a fall.
Yeah, he ends up going down. How far has that set him behind the Arrow? Just to clear out the siege wave. Meanwhile, top lane, they lose the Ursa Warrior yet again. The Phoenix steps away for a minute and he ends up going down.
Yes,
desperation times as of now, and look at that. He's a good $2,000 away from that Boots of Travel, and I don't expect LXG Esports to let him pick that up without contesting it.
Let's see his build that he's gone for. Is he gone for the March of Machine builds? How many levels? He's taken 2 levels of March, 3 levels of Laser, and 1 level of Rocket over there. The Shackle coming in onto the Enigma over there, but Enigma will be able to sustain himself. He's played brilliantly over there, falls back, and Mino waiting for Mino's Metamorphosis. The Shackle again, but I don't think Troll Warlord would want to go on to that.
No, that was pretty much just to force out the Metamorphosis from the Terrorblade. But now that he has popped it, I do see him continuing the aggression into the tier 1. Nothing that Troll and the Shadow Shaman will be able to do much middle lane. Yeah, it was Bane. My bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Starfall, the regular harass onto the Tinker, but with 2 levels of the March of the Machines, he should be A-okay. Leap was also available.
We need to look at the levels, that's the problem. Phoenix level 3 and Shaman sitting at level 3, looking at all the heroes from LXG, they are way above. There are 2 people sitting on level 4 and 2 people already at level 6. Tinker's the only one from Go Figure sitting at level 6 right now, and Tinker does not have his BOT, so he's not going to be that active yet.
Meanwhile, Ursa, how's his CS looking like? 16 CS. He's still not been able to achieve much here. He's 3rd from bottom on the net worth. Not the most ideal of situations here. Troll Warlord, however, is getting in some decent farm. What's he sitting on? He does have the Boots Aquila. And
Nax finally completes his Vanguard. It's 7 minutes, Vanguard done. He's going to go for the blink pretty much soon. Bane gets spotted out by the Phoenix with that Icarus dive over there. And Bane is going to tag and run from there. Does not want to get caught because the laser rocket can get him killed very easily.
Yep, no, I think he's out of range, out of vision here for the Tinker to get that snipe of long range. Kaneki just farming away here in the middle lane. Needs to be careful. He does not. Top lane, Ursa, just trying to farm the Eidolons here. And yeah,
and
not going to be able to find them either.
So much, they have already pushed in 8 minutes, almost the second tier 2 towers almost gone over there. So a lot of harass being dished up on the top lane. I must say, brilliant play coming in by Enigma, getting his levels and still giving so much support to the Ursa Warrior over there.
Yep, and now Tinker's going to be left to his own devices here. They might be setting up something in the bottom lane. They're going to open things up with the Fire Spirits. Level 6 Mino is still holding on to that point there if he is required to skill Sunder when the push comes to shove, but it's just way too deep at this point of time. I don't see them pursuing this any further. Louis though, very low on L. There is the Shadow Shaman here, and they don't have eyes on the Tinker. Moonlight Shadow though activated. Arrow, no, dodged away by Wing pretty easily.
And the Phoenix coming back to help his Tinker in lane. But on the other hand, Axe and Axe and Enigma causing so much havoc, stopping the Ursa Warrior in his tracks. Ursa Warrior at only 2k net worth 9 minutes into this game compared to the carry on the other side of LXG. That's the Terrorblade standing at 3.7k.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yep, and they will continue to siege in onto the tier 1 here. Lot of damage being put in. Banes here as well, and the Phoenix shouldn't really be able to get into raids to deny this. I don't think they have the glyph available here as of now, so this will be the tier 1 going down. Cleanly picked up by Mino.
Is under attack.
Uncontested top lane though, they do get the shackle off onto the Axe. The Phoenix dropping really low as well. Ursa Warrior comes in, but the Black Hole catches only the Ursa, but the Enigma ends up going down. Damage from the Troll Warlord outside of the Black Hole.
Dire's bottom tower.
Enough to pick up the kill. That's a big pick off for Go Figure there. They need more of this to try and find their way back into this game.
Yes, Go Figure need to now start contesting these lanes, holding, otherwise they're going to lose so much map vision. They're almost done with tier 2 they're almost about to lose their tier 2 top tower. So they really need to start gaining some map control. Tinker needs to be in the action, but unfortunately without those boots of travel, he is not that effective yet.
Oh, way too close there. He has picked up the soul ring and now is just about 1,000 gold away from completing up that boots of travel. That's going to accelerate his farm even further, and once he has the blink dagger, catching him is also going to end up becoming an issue for LXG Esports.
And that's going to be an issue for Axe, for Enigma, and for Terrorblade. If he lands 3 of those marches over there, they will not be able to stand over there in that lane.
Indeed, and for now, LXG Esports is just going to group up here in the bottom lane. Terrorblade is gone for the Ring of Aquila and has an additional Wraith Band also picked up. So early stats for the Terrorblade. While Enigma waits in the trees, he however does have his Black Hole on cooldown for another 100 seconds. Puzzle not yet level 6, only 5.5. So Fiend's Grip is also not yet online. Moonlight Shadow activated by the Mirana, who's going to be moving in towards the top lane. Does have eyes on Louis.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But the question is he going to go for that fight? No, he just moves away. Blink Dagger coming in for Axe already. 11 minutes in this game. Vanguard, Blink, done. And
yeah, his blink is available if Go Figure decide to contest bottom lane, but I don't see that being a reality here. Mino with the illusions and the metamorphosis popped will clean up on the tier 2. Ping's already coming in to rotate towards the middle lane. Tinker desperately farming up. Time is key here. Yeah, 500 gold required for that boots of travel, but I don't think the tier 2 is gonna be in good shape by the time he does end up picking that up.
Time is of the essence here, but they are losing map control so easily. They've lost tier 2 tower on the bot lane. The only tier 2 tower left is at mid.
And they do have eyes on the Tinker as well. Axe does have the blink. He's going to rotate around, try and catch. This is going to be a big pickoff if they find it. On the Tinker. Oh, they find it. The blink call. But yeah, he's done.
And the ultimate onto the Tinker. Axe gets that call.
And meanwhile, they find the Phoenix as well. And that's going to be the Fiend's Grip online now on the Bane. Tier 2 is going to go down. And Tinker does get set back a bit. Still 500 gold away.
And I'm sure they can start pushing high ground after this. Because Tinker does not have his BOT.
I think initially at least they're going to go for the tier 2 in the top lane to completely take away the dire jungle from the Tinker. He's just going to have to resort to farming up in the lanes, and that's going to be significantly slower than when he would have had access to the jungle. Top lane tier 2 will go down.
Let's see the farm Mino has. What items has he completed? Is he going for the Radiance build? No, he's going for Manta first.
Yeah, he does have the Dragon Lance fully completed up. In the backpack, should be moving it soon. And of course now we'll be going for the Manta style. 14 minutes in, 7-2.
Finally, Tinker gets his BOT.
It's a 10,000 net worth lead just 14 minutes in. That's somewhere about, I'd say, 600 gold per minute lead that they've managed to accomplish.
And Tinker getting caught out with that arrow. Beautiful starfall coming in, and Axe tanks that to.
And they gets the Fiend's Grip off onto the Troll as well. In comes the Supernova in the backlines. Hex Shackle onto the Mirana. That should be the Mirana going down. The Egg, however, does easily get dealt up with long range at the Chalk Patrol, able to stick and back away. There is the Ursa Warrior looking in to catch these retreating heroes, but so is the Enigma. Black Hole available. They do get the sleep of Shackle, immediately cancelled away. Mino comes in, and the Black Hole expended for the Ursa Warrior. Ursa Warrior is down for the count. Double kill to the Bane, and things just going south.
And they should be able to go into the Roshan pit. They get the double damage rune as well. So Mino going to dish a lot of damage onto that Roshan. Roshan should fall quickly, and this should be the incentive for them to push high ground. 11k net worth lead for LXG Sports.
Yep, the double damage onto the Metamorphed Terrorblade. Should be an easy Ages of the Immortal.
Mino can also go for that Shadow Blade build. I mean, with the upgrade coming in to stop that Ursa's passive.
Enigma, he's picked up the completed mechanism here, deciding to go for some heal, prioritizing it over the Blink Dagger for initiation, and I think that's the right call here. They don't really need that 5-man Black Hole to win these fights. Even an isolated player getting Black Hole is more than enough at this point of time.
They just need to catch that Ursa and Troll in that Black Hole. That's about it.
As long as they have the Shadow Shaman either in the Black Hole or nowhere near it, they have absolutely nothing to cancel it on the side of Go Figure as of now. So,
but now the problem is here. Tinker has his BOT, so Tinker can.
The question though is it going to be nearly enough? It did take him 16 minutes to pick that up. I would have expected him to at least have the Blink Dagger along as well with that Boots of Travel. So mobility is going to be a big issue as well for the Tinker. He's not yet free to reign here in the silence. Push it out wide. There go the sleep into the arrow. Phoenix is down. And they get the long range Fiend's Grip off as well. And the Maelstrom damage just too much.
With the leap attack speed.
Yeah.
So
he's done
Ursa
for.
Warrior gets taken down, but the Shackle coming in onto the Enigma. They drop the Mass Serpent Wards as well. And Axe has to run from there. Mirana giving chase with that arrow. They should be able to get those Serpent Wards, get that extra gold coming out for them. Parsol might need that for those extra wards.
Farm him up quick.
14k net worth lead, 17 minutes into this game, but Parsol has been playing amazingly. So what do you think about the addition of Parsol into this roster?
I think for a fact, this is something we discussed earlier as well. He does bring with him a wealth of experience, whether it is playing at the big stage, leading a team, getting the shot call going, besides the expertise he brings with the position 5 role. And I do think LXG Esports is going to benefit a lot from that experience in the long run. For now, though, they look like they're doing pretty well for themselves here in this grand finals up against Go Figure Blue. Tinker
pretty close to his blink over there. Maybe after that he can get some objectives done, but we have to see what is Troll Warlord farming. Has he gone for that Battle Fury, or is he going for the BKB SNY build?
Yep, he needs to stand and fight now. All he needs is stats, magic immunity, and he's gonna just try and survive and deal the damage out. Ursa Warrior, meanwhile, desperation times. He needs that Blink Dagger.
No Blink Dagger, no Agnum Scepter. I don't know how he's gonna get out of this. Because if he gets that Agnum
Black
Scepter...
Hole is available here for Enigma, but he does not have any support around him. Oh, he's gonna blink in. Not sure if he spotted out Parasite there, but oh, the Shadow Shaman will. In comes the Ursa Warrior. That should be a quick, clean pick up. Parasite just trying to buy time. Pops the mech, but does absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Zeus manages to pick off the Troll. That's an even bigger pick off here. Mino taking a lot of damage. In comes the Moonlight Shadow. as well as the fire spirits. Mino pops the illusions out. Glyph used by Go Figure Blue. Mino dropping really low. Rockets. So much damage done in long range. Arrow doesn't really connect onto anyone. Tinker's TPing in. March the Machines should be out momentarily here. So does the Rockets. And high ground push should almost be impossible at this instant for LXG Esports. And I do expect them to straight up go and reset despite having an Aegis of the Immortal.
That's the problem when there's a Tinker. You cannot push high ground that easily. He has March of the Machines. That laser rocket spam keeps coming in. He can sustain the lane. We know that Terrorblade does not have that good armor early game. But you see the Ursa Warrior going on to the Enigma. Enigma uses the Black Hole. But is that going to be enough? Because Ursa Warrior can get the kill. But he is TPing out of there. The Mirana arrow comes, but it misses.
Just milliseconds away from cancelling that TP and getting the kill. So Ursa Warrior does beautifully there. He forces out the Black Hole. Perfect time on the Enrage as well to ensure he doesn't take much damage, and he TPs out in the nick of time. Double damage rune though available here for Terrorblade. He's gonna, oh, in fact they're gonna give it to Kaneki, who did have a bottle there. So no harm, no foul. It doesn't look like LXG Esports are going to push anytime soon. They do, however, have the... Oh, the age is actually expired. Yeah. So
they have to now start hitting better objectives.
I don't think they're going to force the issue just yet. Especially without Mino having the Aegis of the Immortal. This is going to buy time here. Continue farming up. And once they do have the second Aegis, I expect them to go high ground.
Finally, we'll be able to see Ursa Warrior pretty much trying to get that Blink Dagger online. The MOM with Troll Warlord, though he has his ultimate to give him that extra movement speed. They are going on to the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman takes a fall just with the illusions. And Mino back to farming.
Oh, there is the Fiend's Grip in the middle lane. Tinker gets caught out. Oh no, that's a big pick off. Enrage comes in, but look at the Ursa Warrior. He's taking a lot of damage. In comes the Shadow Shaman. Buyback expended. Totally worth it there, and they might be able to pick off the axe as well. Yes, they do. Double kill onto the Shadow Shaman. Supernova as well to aid the pick off. So, overextension there from LXG Esports. And go figure, had to blow the buyback on the Shadow Shaman, but it was well worth it there. They get 2 kills back, and is that a sign of things to come? Is that a sign of resistance from Go Figure Blue?
Yes, finally we can see some life in Go Figure. They are able to get a few pick-offs over here. Though Tinker got caught, Tinker really needed to survive in that gang, but he did get caught off over there off guard. So did Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman with that quick buyback coming to help his team. Get 2 kills over there, the Axe and the Mirana.
And Mirana, what does she have? She does have the Dragon Lance picked up, and looks like she is building into a blacking bar herself. Is that going to be a Shadow Blade picked up by Axe?
Yes, it does look like he needs to go for the Shadow Blade with that upgrade, because they need to disable Ursa Warrior's 3rd spell. They need to stop that Fury swipes, because he is potentially a tank counter.
Indeed, he is. Manta style completed now on the Terrorblade. It's a lot of illusions for Go Figure Blue to be dealing up with in the upcoming fights. Bane has the Spirit Vessel. Ultimate on cooldown though for another 15 seconds.
Now the question is, are they going to push high ground? They don't have the Aegis. Aegis still hasn't spawned. 18 seconds more for that spawn. But they're still...
Oh, then looks like they're not going to wait. They're just going to go ahead and move high ground with Mino here. Ursa Warrior wants to go, and he just pops the BKB preemptively. Tier 3 is already down. March of the Machine. Cover though coming in. LXG Esports are going to be actually happy with just picking up the Tier 3. They're just going to back off. That Tier 3 though does give them access to the shrines. Even more map control taken away from Go Figure Blue. They're just looking to starve them at this point of time. Yes, the Tinker does have boots of travel as well as the Blink Dagger, but that's pretty much the only hero who can move out safely, unless they do decide to smoke out here, as for which they do. Ursa Warrior in the backlines, arrow coming in. Kaneki might end up getting caught out here. Tinker in the front lines. There's more backup coming in. All 5 heroes here. He's gonna blink up, but straight into the waiting arms of the Shadow Shaman, and they do get the pick off, but that pretty much signals them to go high ground here. Phoenix TPing in, so is the Ursa Warrior. Call coming in does absolutely nothing. There are only 3 heroes here. Mino's not here, however, so they need to back off. They don't have the damage. Ursa Warrior blinking aggressively ahead, does get nightmared up, taken away. They're swiping away at the axe. Axe does end up getting slowed down. He pops the blade mail, but that does absolutely nothing. They are able to dish out the damage regardless, and the Bane as well as the Enigma safely back off.
And suddenly things looking grim for LXG Esports. They're slowly losing out that window because Tinker is now becoming a problem. That mobility is coming in for Go Figure Blue, and they are coming to defend those towers, getting those pickoffs.
And just look at the net worth lead. It's 15,000, but XP is almost non-existent at this point of time. So levels still even Steven between these two teams. It's just going to be a question of a couple of item choices here and maybe a fight win here and there for Go Figure Blue, and they're definitely going to be able to cut that distance down as well to LXG Esports. So this upcoming couple of fights, mainly Roshan, is going to be huge here, which does look like LXG will be able to pick up uncontested.
Yes, with that double damage rune again coming in for Mino. They get the cheese as well. That should go in the hands of Axe. But no, Mino takes it instead. He's going to keep the Aegis and the cheese.
I think he did hand over the cheese to the Mirana. No, is it?
Yeah, he still has.
Oh, he has both of them. So, all right.
He's like,
who needs Sunder when you have cheese?
He's like, I'm
right?
going to stand and fight with that cheese. I'm not going
Bring on the March of the Machines. I don't care. They drop the Serpent Wards. He is hexed up for the moment. Mino dropping pretty low. He's just going to pop the BKB. Look for the Sunder target. Not going to find one. But instead will be able to pop the egg. In comes the Ursa Warrior. And he gets 4-staff to the lower ground. Beautifully done. They're just kiting them left, right, and center. In comes the buyback from the Phoenix. Ursa Warrior somehow survives, but the Troll Warlord, despite the BKB, ends up going down. The Sunray does absolutely nothing. The March of the Machines is gonna hold them in position. The Arrow high ground catches on to the Ursa Warrior. Blink, Starfall, and he is down for the count.
Both the carries dead. Axe.
Both the cores down, and Phoenix needs to contest with the Tinker long range shackle. Does catch the Mirana out, and they will eventually bring her down. Blade Mail popped, Call comes in, Dung goes down, Axe barely survives, should end up going down as well. But Tinker's out of mana, he can't contest any longer. Both the racks are down in the mid lane, and Mino doesn't look like he's gonna ease up anytime soon. He's just gonna straight up head towards the top lane. There's no buybacks just yet, because they don't have the money for it. Straight up Troll Warlord. 717 gold away.
They know
Ursa's 400 gold
that.
away. He's got a 4-staff ahead. And they catch out the Phoenix as well. Sunder comes in and he is healthy yet again. He, however, still has the Aegis of the Immortal. And Ursa Warrior comes in last minute, hurrah. They're gonna blow the black hole. They pick up the kill. The laser doesn't get the kill as well. They get the reflect off onto the Tinker. Desperately trying to rearm. He goes down. Triple kill to Mino. This might just be the end here for Go Figure Blue. They look to give chase. The Troll barely manages to make it back to safety. But at what cost? They have lost 2 lanes of racks. Maybe the third one as well coming up soon. Tinker does have buyback. 46 seconds remaining. He is gonna be forced to blow that up. High ground, Mino pops the Metamorphosis. Gonna stand his ground. They're gonna blink up ahead. There's a little bit of a lag here. But, yeah. I don't know what's happening right now. We're just lagging our brains out.
Singapore.
At the moment, yep. That is pretty much Singapore server. But, yeah, as we connect back in, Tinker's TPing into what is the last remaining racks here. Enraged popped here by the Ursa Warrior. He will go down. 3 lanes of racks. It's mega creeps here for LXG Esports. In comes the Supernova. GG it's called. LXG Esports are your champions of the Bengaluru regional qualifier, taking down Go Figure Blue in the grand finals 2-0, and will be your first grand finalist for the ILG Cup Season 2 Grand Finale, Dota 2. Big shout out to all the sponsors. Title sponsor LXG, powered by Logitech G. Associate sponsors LG and Nvidia. Online media partner Sportskeeda. Thank you so much, Johnny, for joining me here for the cast today. We had an absolute blast. Final thoughts on the match?
It was a beautiful series, though. It went 2-0 to LXG Sports. Hats off to Go Figure Blue for putting up a fight, but LXG Sports clearly was the better team over here in this series. But we've seen such intense games. I like the draft. Both the drafts were so different. It's good to see that versatility coming in from the Indian teams.
Indeed, man. And congratulations to LXG Sports for moving on to the grand finale. For now, though, this weekend, it is goodbye from all of us here at the LXG TV studios. We will be back next weekend with the second regional qualifier coming live for Pune. Until then, goodbye and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
But not today, just stay. Just
So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
standing on the edge of a cliff, realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven send with me tonight. Trying to find our place in this world, reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Keep your secrets there, hide them everywhere. Just you and Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete.
these roads intersect. On each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you, like we used to. Guess I'm better